It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl! Hi there, this is Dante with Bringers of Wrestling, bringing you both your AEW Rampage and Friday Night Smackdown review. We're starting things off with AEW Rampage, and I'm joined by the host that runs the West Coast from Michael Chow TV, none other than Hollywood, Michael Chow.
Yay, hello, I'm here. I'm on the show. Unlike Roman tonight, I am on this show. Hello. By the way, I noticed that we're doing Rampage first, so we're saving the best for last. Smackdown. Woo!
No, we're doing Rampage first because Rampage just ended.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's why. All right. So, Rampage started off with Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston in the semifinals of the World Title Eliminator Tournament.
Wow,
so,
already?
Yes, it was a great in my opinion, to start off Rampage. This was actually a really good match. Bryan's chest was bruised and beaten. It was totally red. It said Wicked Sassy Smith said, I miss SmackDown because it was on FS1 and I don't have SS1. Steve Callahan saying SmackDown sucks. And you have Jared DiRomalo saying, hi, Michael. If you're new, please don't forget to that sub. So, of course, Bryan Danielson picked up this victory because as I said this, and I think it's a foregone conclusion that it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley in the finals. But did you see this match? And what did you think of it?
Yeah, so I had told you off camera I was typing up my notes for SmackDown because it was so good. And I had it playing in the background, but from what I saw, this was really good. It's what you thought a Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston match would have went. It was really, really good. If this was the finals of the tournament, I would have been completely fine. It was that good. And I liked the ending because that type of ending where Bryan Danielson got Eddie Kingston the Undertaker Hell's Gate move, and he wasn't getting out of it. But out of a desperation, the last thing that Eddie Kingston did was flip Bryan Danielson off, and then he passed out. So I like that ending. I like what Eddie Kingston did. And I like what they do with Eddie Kingston after this. I won't jump the shark, but yeah, I like this match.
So before we get into that, Bryan actually extended his hand to Kingston, but Kingston wasn't having it. He went backstage and interrupted CM Punk's interview. So it seems to me we're going to get Eddie Kingston versus CM Punk down the road. What are your thoughts on that potential match?
I would rather have that match than the match that was on Tony Khan's notes on that one leaked picture, which was CM Punk versus Wardlow. So if Tony Khan is going to change one match from that leaked photo, let it be Eddie Kingston versus CM Punk. I think that'd be a really, really good match. Yeah.
Definitely. Weird Sassy saying Eddie dropped the F-bomb many, many times. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He said Eddie was more mad than Brock Lesnar. Yeah, but he didn't get fined like Brock Lesnar. That's for sure. We'll get more into that later. So next we have Matt Seindel versus Dante Martin 3. So in the previous times that they fought, Matt Seindel has to pick up the victory twice, and this time around, Dante Martin picked up the victory. I have to say, this was a good match. A very, very good match. Dante Martin keeps impressing me every time, and he's only 20 years old. I think he's a future world champion, that's for sure. Did you catch this match, or did you also have it on background noise?
I had it in the background. Like I said, I wasn't paying too much attention, but this match was really, really good. Really, really good. What the fans call Fight Forever. I'd be totally fine with another match. The ending, it was good, but I would have maybe they could do this in the future. It's insinuated that Lio Rush told Dante Martin to go for that jumping, flipping moonsault, and maybe by listening to Lio Rush, that's how he got the win. But I kind of like to see Dante Martin kind of go to the dark side and have Lio Rush be like, "Hey, you need to start cheating, this and that." So, maybe they might do that down the line. That's pretty much what I said. They still got time.
Yes.
He did in the end listen to what Lio Rush said. He said, "Go for the moonsault." That's what he did, and he finally got the win. So, good match.
Definitely. So in the main event of the night, it was a trick or treat match. Abaddon versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. If Abaddon won, she was gonna get a future women's world title shot. Wicked Snazzy saying Matt Seindel's skills in wrestling is a bit botchy. It's just me that just thinks that. Steve Callahan saying Matt Seindel versus Dante Martin was all right. All right. So I have to say, this main event was actually quite interesting, and I think we can have this discussion at the end, compare and contrast the Halloween themes going on here after we talk about both. But in terms of Halloween-ness, this lacked any type of, aside from Jamie here and Reba or Rebel, who were dressed as zombies, this really didn't have any Halloween gimmick to it. You get me? You know what I mean?
No, I totally got you. I totally got you. I mean, well, this is only one of another SmackDown. Oh, I'm sorry, Halloween themed match we got tonight, and
yeah,
I think the reason why they did that is because the mere fact that they got Jamie, fake Becky Lynch, Jamie Hayter, and Reba not Rebel, Rebel not Reba, dressed as zombies. By the way, give them credit. They really played their part quite good. And they have Abaddon dressed as zombie. Yeah. I guess they thought that was enough for it to be Halloween themed.
Wicked Snazzy.
Unless they think Abaddon is a real zombie. Yeah, I hear you.
All right, so before we move on, I have to say a couple spots in this match that I liked. Number one, when they did the swinging neck breaker and they landed on the table, and the table did not break.
Twice.
Yes, it did not break. The second spot, when Abaddon rose up like the Undertaker. And the third one, when Dr. Britt Baker went to those stump backs. Ouch.
Ooh.
Props to her, though, for doing that.
Yeah. I mean, how about that spot where Britt Baker did that stomp through the chair? That one, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she's okay.
Definitely.
Yikes.
Wicked Snazzy saying Abaddon took it like a champ. Well, she did. So, talk about a WWE style roll-up finish for a win for Dr. Britt Baker DMD. What were your thoughts on her winning by rolling up Abaddon?
Yeah, so you and I actually talked about this off screen because we got a lot of roll-ups tonight, if you include SmackDown. There were a lot of roll-up pins tonight on both wrestling shows. Well, yeah, I was talking to you about it. A roll-up pin, we generally don't like. Right? Fans don't like, especially in the main event. People usually don't like a roll-up in the main event. But in this match, it makes sense because nothing that Britt Baker did worked, right? She tried to go for that neck breaker on the table, didn't work, all right? She went to stomp through the chair, didn't work. She put tacks in her mouth.
Ooh,
that looked like it hurt. And then she went for the lockjaw. And by the way, when she went for the lockjaw and Abaddon started biting her finger, I thought that was it. I thought Britt Baker was going to tap out. I would have been like, that would have been fine, you know? That also means that Britt Baker and Rebel not Reba, Reba not Rebel are going to turn into zombies because they both got bit. And nothing that Britt Baker did worked, so she had to go for a roll-up. So let that be known.
He said, at least AEW does it better than when it comes to roll-ups. Steve Callahan said that finish sucked.
Yeah. You know, it's 50-50. No, I respect everyone's opinion, but in this, you know, like I said, in my personal opinion, I think it actually worked because, like I said, nothing that Britt Baker did worked, so she had to do a roll-up. Let it be known in real life, if you want to stop a zombie, number one, you cut off the head, or two, you roll them up. The second one may not work in real life, but yes. So in this context, I felt like they did that on purpose, and the roll-up actually works. I would have been perfectly fine, honestly. I mean, was it Britt Baker's facing Ty Conti at Full Gear? Abaddon should have won. You know, set it up for the future. You know, I would have been perfectly fine with Britt Baker getting bitten on their finger and her tapping out. You know what I mean? But I guess they don't want to make Britt Baker look weak going into Full Gear. But so it is what it is.
So what would you rate Rampage out of 5 and out of 10?
You know what? I forgot to tell you before we went on the air. I have a new prop. Where is it? So I got this in the mail, and I'm actually going to use it. And it's a shame that I couldn't use it throughout Rampage. And we're about to go to SmackDown. You're going to be seeing this prop a lot. I have this paddle right here. It does a thumbs up and thumbs down. So let's see here. Hold on real fast. Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. Thumbs up. Let's see here. Dante Martin versus Matt Seindel. Thumbs up. Abaddon versus Britt Baker. Thumbs up. And chat room. Get to know this side of the paddle. When we get to SmackDown, you are going to be seeing it a lot. But other than that, I give tonight's show, to be completely honest, I liked everything, and I understand a roll up for the main event, people might not have liked it. But in the context of me saying that, it's the only way that Britt Baker thought she could have won, I would give Rampage tonight, honestly, a 5 out of 5. Everything worked for me.
Really? A perfect 5 out of 5.
Everything was good. Like, once again, okay, I can understand if people didn't like that roll-up pin in the main event. And I think the chat room said that, there were a couple of botches in the Matt Seindel versus Dante Martin match. But each match felt like it ended right. The right person won, and it's going to be a 180 turn when we get to SmackDown. Trust me, it's going to be 180 turn. But I felt like they did everything good tonight. Bear in mind, guys, it's only 3 matches. It's a 1-hour show,
Yeah.
But for me personally, 5 out of 5. I would have given it a 4 out of 5 because I can understand people didn't like that roll up in the end. Botches in the Matt Seindel versus Dante Martin match. But for me, I really like this show.
Yeah. What about out of 10? What would you give it out of 10? I'm curious to see what you would give it out of 10.
Out of 10, a 9 out of 10. Because I can
really?
understand.
Wow.
Yeah, because I understand people are split on that roll-up pin. And I've been hearing reports that a lot of people started leaving after the arena, after the Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston match, which I felt really bad. Because that main event, regardless of that roll-up pin, was actually really good. It was one of the best women's street fight I've seen in a long, long time. But people have to understand that they record in one night. Dark Elevation, Dynamite, and Rampage. A single event might go as far as 4 hours. So I can understand if people left.
Yeah, before I get into my comments, Steve Callahan giving Rampage a 3 out of 5 and a 7 out of 10. And I too have a prop. You can see it back there, kind of. It's the Pink Power Morpher, which I'll talk about at the end of the show. But yeah, I could totally I do feel bad for the ladies, especially if people did leave, but I totally understand them. This was taped on a Wednesday, right? It's the middle of the week. Okay, we have to think about their time. This show is ending almost 10, right? 9, 10, depending on if they were in the Central or the East Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still have to tape Rampage, right? That's an extra hour that people are there. So show ends at 9, you're there till 10. Show ends at 10, you're there till 11. And it's the middle of the week. People, depending on how far you're commuting, could be commuting for an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours tops. And there's going to be traffic. You don't want to stay that late in the middle of the week. And I feel that because 2018, I know this isn't related to AEW, but 2018, yeah, I did Smackdown. You know how torturous that was? Because we got, at that time, they were during Survivor Series weekend, we got the Mixed Match Challenge 205 Live, and I think main event too. Oh my god! And SmackDown ended early for me at 7. So by the time I was leaving, it was close to 10, almost I think close to 10 or 11. So and that was on a Tuesday. So I could totally understand these people wanting to leave. It's the middle of the week. They got other stuff they got to do. And it's not a disrespect to the performers. They just got to think about their audience. Not everybody can afford to stay there till the very end, especially in the middle of the week.
I think they need to fix something up. They need to, I think they need to switch their filming formation here because this is way too much filming.
Yeah, I think they should film Rampage before Dynamite, honestly. I think they should film Rampage before Dynamite. I think there's no way that's going to work.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, maybe...
Steve Callahan saying this might don't need a review.
No, it doesn't. Honestly, I'd be perfectly fine. We just ended it after this. But no,
we have to talk about it.
You know what? Some people actually like it when they know the show is bad, and they want to hear people like us talk about it and why it's bad. But
Definitely.
So,
all right, ready to switch over?
Not really.
Oh wait, I forgot to rate Rampage. Okay, so Rampage 4 out of 5 because I didn't like that roll up pin.
Okay,
Justified.
yeah, absolutely.
Out of 10, 8 out of 10. Just because of the roll up pin.
That's good.
Although I have to say, I'm disappointed across the board that no wrestler dressed up as a Power Ranger. Quite disappointed.
All night they didn't, no.
Neither on Rampage nor on SmackDown. So disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. No, not even a freaking. I could be here all night. Alrighty, so let's move on to everyone's favorite show of the evening. Friday Night SmackDown. No, just kidding. It's someone's favorite show.
Welcome to Monday Night SmackDown. Jesus.
Oh my God. Monday Night SmackDown. You're hilarious, Michael.
Thank you.
All right. So SmackDown kicked off with Charlotte Flair basically saying the more things change, the more they say the same. And she's totally right.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says she is the face, not only the face of the division, but of the company too.
Her face does look different. Yes, continue.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Callahan calling it Raw down.
Ooh, very good.
Very good. That's a good one. Steve, copyright that. And that she said that when Charlotte wins the title, it's just any other day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charlotte came out, and she dared call Charlotte not the leader. But basically,
you mean Sasha came out?
Oh yeah, Sasha. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. This basically ends with Shotzi coming out and challenging Charlotte. I will say, they get some credit for at least giving us a new match in the form of Shotzi Blackheart versus Charlotte. I give them this little much credit, okay? This little.
Sure.
So this led into a championship contenders match between Charlotte Flair and Shotzi Blackheart. I'm surprised the match lasted longer than it did. It was going to be a squash match. Number 2, I'm surprised Charlotte did not win. Charlotte did not lose this match, judging by her actions from last week. So I thought she was going to get punished by losing this match, but that wasn't the case. Charlotte ended up victorious, and then Shotzi Blackheart with a heel turn at the end, attacking Sasha Banks, blaming her for her loss against Charlotte Flair. What were your thoughts on all of this?
Well, I just want to say that the chat room said that the Dante Martin versus Matt Seindel had botches. There was a lot of botches in this match. This was a lot of botches, including the ending where it's not good for this match, and it's not good for Shotzi, because here's the thing. This is Shotzi, as far as I know, her first singles match on SmackDown. With that many botches, Vince is probably watching from the back, and he's like, look at all of these botches. Would not surprise me if Vince goes up to Charlotte and goes like, what do you think? And Charlotte would not surprise me if she said, nope, not championship material. There were so many botches, including the ending where I guess that
Steve Callahan agrees with you.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of important botches. At the end, it looked like, what was it? Charlotte or Sasha got on the apron. Charlotte was in front of her. And I guess Shotzi was supposed to charge at her, and Charlotte was supposed to get out of the way. But for some reason, Charlotte moved out of the way, and Shotzi wasn't ready yet. So it's clear view that Sasha is in front of her, and Charlotte's not there. They really messed that up. So I was very confused on why Shotzi was attacking Sasha, because she said it's your fault, because once again I assumed that she was supposed to get in the way of Shotzi attacking Charlotte, but that didn't work because they screwed up the spots. And yeah, it's, if anything good out of this match is the fact that Shotzi turned heel. It is what it is. We could use some more heels on here. There were a lot of botches. Don't be surprised if you start seeing a Shotzi lose and be a regular on WWE main event. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Why is Sasha so surprised? So I have here in my notes, Sasha Banks is babyface again, ... She's turning babyface and heel more times than Big Show. So I guess Sasha is babyface again. She's so surprised that Shotzi turned on her, even though she had previously turned on Bianca Belair, and a couple of years ago she turned on Bayley. in the Elimination Chamber match. So why is she surprised that Shotzi turned on her? You know what I mean? You turn on people all the time. So,
exactly.
Yeah. I'm with the chat room. This match was a meh, but all of those botches, this was not a good match.
So next we had Drew McIntyre's open challenge. Why he's holding an open challenge when he's not even a champion is beyond me. Luckily, this is his second week in a row. And Mustafa Ali answered the open challenge. Of course, this was a short match, kind of a squash match if you want to say. McIntyre dominated Ali, and of course, McIntyre won. A couple of things that happened. At the end, Mustafa Ali saying that people choose to cheer for McIntyre over him and root against him because of his name. Please, for the love of God, tell me they're not going to do that whole foreign angle like they always do, or they're going to pull some type of SJW storyline here.
Well, I think that's where they're going.
Oh, my God.
I was literally cringing when he was saying, I was like, don't say it, don't say it. He's like, you people are booing me because of my name. He couldn't.
Know.
Well, okay. For the sake of myself and cancel culture, I can't say what I think he was going to say, so I can only repeat what he said. People boo him because of his name. I can't elaborate because once again, cancel culture. I don't think I will.
We can't elaborate. It is
what it is.
But we get the idea of where he was going.
They shouldn't, but it is what it is.
That's match, a controversial storyline in 2021.
Yeah, a repeat, recycled old storyline. Please stop. Jeez, my goodness.
As long as this isn't turning to America versus a foreigner.
With Vince, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I watched Dark Side of the Ring yesterday where Vince beat the freaking American government in the steroid trial, so there's nothing can touch this guy. So
except for the World Wildlife Fund.
No, that panda got him good, very good. That match, I agree with Steve Callahan in the chat. I thought this match was okay. Credit to them. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than I thought, but I was actually very surprised when Mustafa Ali countered the Claymore, and it went on for a couple of more seconds. But once again, I really hope they're not going with the whole "you guys don't like me because of my name." Once again, I can't say.
Going with that.
Yeah, they're going with
it. They're going with it.
Yeah, I get this match in okay. It was I thought the match was okay. Yeah. It was the right length for what they needed to do. But I'll name it here. You said at the beginning, right? What is up with these open challenges? Because the winner gets nothing. What is it for? He's not a champion. You can't fight Bobby Lashley for the title as long as he's champion. But on this show, you can fight the champion because there's no stipulation on you. Why is he not going after Roman?
I think they're just keeping him busy until he gets to Roman. This is just to buy time until he gets to Roman.
Yeah.
Which will probably be after Survivor Series.
I would you know what? Okay, so spoiler alert or jump the shark.
Pointless open challenge.
Absolutely. So make it, have it lead to something, right? So to jump the shark, Roman Reigns didn't appear tonight. There was no explanation for his disappearance. There was no explanation on why he wasn't there. And why couldn't we just have Drew McIntyre go like, so I want to challenge Roman tonight. Where is he? And they go like, well, we can't find him. And he's like, have him get mad and be like, fine. I'm going to go out to the ring and challenge whoever because I need to take my anger out on someone because Roman's not showing up.
Ooh, I like that. Hashtag Michael Creative for the win. I can't believe Vince McMahon ever fired you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I stand up for the women. I say, hey, Vince, how about another Women's Evolution pay-per-view? He's like, you're fired. I'm like, cool.
Callahan saying glad Roman was not there. All right, so after this, we had the Kofi Kingston 19th ceremony. I don't know about you, but I got flashbacks to when Michael Cole got knighted by the Queen.
Yeah.
So basically, this segment was to set up the Usos versus the New Day again.
Was it? Was it really?
Yes. Even though it was supposed to be a trial by combat match, we didn't get that. Well, not to jump the shark, but yeah. Overall, that's what the segment was used to set up the Usos versus the New Day in the main event with SmackDown.
This segment was bad. This was seriously bad. When the Usos came out here, and I think they were trying to try something that this joke obviously didn't work, and they were trying to force the joke on us. The Usos, for those of you who didn't watch SmackDown, I don't blame you. Usos came out here and they said, "Whoa, whoa." You watched it, right? Datila? They said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." They said it like what, 50 more times, and then they went for the long whoa. I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are so bad. Where the hell is Roman? Sorry for cursing on your show, but I'm like, geez. Oh my, where's Paul Heyman? Because this was not working.
Oh, Paul Heyman was backstage.
I know, but seriously, he should have came out with them, because there's a point when you're like, this promo's going bad. Paul Heyman should have been there to help him out. This was not good. I was afraid because last week we spoke about this, how they had that ceremony for Xavier Woods. No one came out. Nothing happened. Xavier Woods didn't make any type of announcement like, hey, I won the King of the Ring, so they're giving me a title shot. Nothing happened. Now, they did something this week, and someone did come out, but it was very lackluster, you know? And they said that Xavier Woods said, all right, I'm going to challenge you in what type of match? You said it?
Trial by combat.
I'm like, cool, street fight. And then I remember commentary going like, yeah, so they're going to have a tag team match. They were almost like they had to correct themselves because Xavier Woods said that, and they had to correct and be like, no, there's no trial by error match here, so no street fight. So, you know, we can't afford it. So sorry, guys. But yeah, the dreaded red thumbs down. This ceremony was seriously bad. The jokes were bad. Oh my gosh. Are they going to build a Survivor Series at all?
We'll get into
the gun.
We'll get into that. So after this, we had the Halloween trick or street fight. It was a team of Nakamura and Rick Boogz versus Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. I have to say, at least they gave us some type of Halloween theme. Though disappointed that the wrestlers did not dress up. There was a couple things, I guess you can say, with Madcap getting dunked into that bobbing for apples thing, him putting a pumpkin over who was it? I think it was Nakamura.
Nakamura.
Oh
yeah.
No, Rick Boogz. It was over on Rick Boogz.
It was pumpkin. It was Nakamura because he was trying to go for the Kinshasa.
Oh yeah,
and
Nakamura.
Then he put the pumpkin over it.
Rick Boogz hitting Corbin and Madcap with pumpkins and a skeleton. And at the end, Corbin and Britt Madcap won. Why? Because apparently Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo wanted to make a statement and cost them the match. Or they were just as goblins?
Well, yeah. Well, you know, you have to, since Shinsuke is the tag team champion, and these are tag teams, and they had to make a statement against the tag team champions of SmackDown. Wouldn't you agree, Datila, that it's great that a tag team and Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo make a impact against the tag team champions of SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura, not the Intercontinental Champion, and Rick Boogz, clearly the tag team champions. Wouldn't you agree?
Everyone saying SmackDown not go without Roman Reigns.
I agree. And I do want to point something out for those of you who caught it. When the match spilled to the outside, you can clearly see Angel Garza or Humberto Carrillo all the way in the back. Did you spot that?
You can?
Chance?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you can. He was all the way in the back. He was near the commentary table, and then someone must have told him, "Hey, you're in the camera." So he started. You could see him start crawling out of focus. I don't know. Did anyone in the chat room see Angel Garza or Humberto Carrillo on the outside before they actually, appeared? So, yeah, thumbs down. This made no sense. Why didn't Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, the hottest tag team in SmackDown, interrupt the New Day match?
Callahan said, yeah, he saw that.
Why didn't they interrupt the New Day ceremony? Right? They're a tag team. Do you want to go after the tag team champs?
I don't know.
Jesus, who was running the freaking show tonight? My gosh. Did Vince say, Bruce Pritchard, go home? Shawn Michaels, go home? I'll handle the show tonight. Oh my gosh. What a big piece of garbage.
So then after that, we had Shayna Baszler versus Naomi with Sonya Deville as special guest referee. This match was... This is a very quick match. Of course, Shayna Baszler did not count for Naomi. Fast count for Shayna. Then at the end, Shayna put Naomi in the Karafuda clutch, knocking her out.
Wait, I'm confused. You said Sonya made the count?
Yeah, she was a special guest ref because the referee that was supposed to referee that match was injured by Brock Lesnar.
I see. Wait, so let me get this straight. According to my notes, this was the 4th match of the night. Did Sonya Deville ref every single match? Because she said that the ref schedule wasn't there and she couldn't find anyone else. Did every single match before this, was it ref by Sonya Deville?
Nope.
No? Huh. All right. Cool. Awesome. Love it.
So in the main event, it was the New Day versus the Usos, which of course was a banger of a match. Did it save SmackDown from being totally lackluster? No, it did not. We've seen this match before. Of course, the New Day picking up the victory, but like there was absolutely no build to Survivor Series. You know?
Mm-hmm.
No build whatsoever. Like Steve Callahan saying main event trash.
Yes. Well, you got to admit, New Day must have somehow got in a time machine, right? Traveled to the future to watch the ending of Rampage to see that roll-up pin, and then they traveled back in time to the main event of SmackDown to get, Jay or Jimmy in that roll-up pin. So there you go.
So we have a couple of things to discuss. So
yeah.
Before we get into that, what would you rate tonight's SmackDown?
Well, let's ask the chat room. Chat room, we need your help. We need your ratings. Please let us know what you rate SmackDown tonight. I'll start. It was a 1 out of 5, a 1 out of 10.
Steve Callahan says 2 out of 5, 4 out of 10. I give it a 2.5 out of 5 just because of the main event. Wasn't that bad. Out of 10, a 4 out of 10. I'm with Steve Callahan.
The main event is good because we've seen them wrestle before, right? This isn't anything new, right? But for that ending, are you serious? Someone literally made the call and said, well, what if Xavier just jump in there and you just roll up one of the Usos? And then after that, nothing. So that ending was very lackluster. When you say the ending is lackluster, generally in a movie, right? In a movie or a TV show, whether you're watching SmackDown, NXT, Rampage, any show, CSI, I don't know what people are into, Jersey Shore, right? At the end of the episode, you want to do something to get viewers to tune in next week. And what we got was Xavier Woods rolling up one of the Usos, and then nothing happens and they go off the air. Like, I was literally thinking that Roman Reigns was going to come out and beat up both members of the New Day because he was pissed off of Brock Lesnar last week. And if it wasn't going to be Roman Reigns coming out here to beat up the New Day because he was angry about last week, I was expecting Raw to invade SmackDown to get our build of Survivor Series. And if not that, I was expecting NXT, 205 Live, anyone to invade the show to get Survivor Series on the road. We got nothing. We got a roll-up pin.
Steve Callahan says that's being nice.
That's being, yep. I mean, what can I say? But it's that ending was lackluster. I didn't care. Like I felt like back in the day in Datila, I don't know when you started watching WWE, when it used to be Raw, right? The first hour Raw used to be Raw Warzone, and the second one used to be Raw is War, I think, right? So when Raw,
your age.
I know. When Raw, the first hour would end, they would show the trademark Raw Warzone, signaling that the first hour Raw is going off the air, right? And then Raw is War would start. That's what I felt like I got here. I felt like it was the end of the middle of SmackDown, and I was expecting more, but I was like, that was it.
Steve Callahan let down.
Yep. WWE
on a roll with those nicknames.
They need to hire him.
I have to say, first of all, okay, we've seen the Usos versus the New Day how many times over the years? Number one. Number two, we have new teams such as Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Why are we still getting the New Day versus Usos? I mean, Hit Row made their SmackDown debut last week. You got are Apollo Crews and Commander Azeez on SmackDown? Or they're
no, they went to Raw.
Oh, okay.
And they were on WWE main event this week, and that's pretty much their future. Sorry, they're done.
So okay, you have Nakamura and Rick Boogs. You might as well take the IC title off Nakamura, make them a team, and have them face against the Usos.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
if not, Yeah, if not, we didn't talk about it tonight. There was another bad backstage segment with the New Day and Hit Row, right?
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly fine. Why didn't Hit Row go out there and beat up the New Day?
Yeah.
That would have been a good swerve, no pun intended. But
wherever he is.
Wherever he is. He was like, I don't want to tune in for SmackDown. Sorry, I'm out of here, guys. Yeah. But that would have been perfectly good.
Crap down. Yeah, exactly.
At least I was like, okay, where's this going? Okay, Hit Row just beat up the New Day. Cool. I'll tune in for that next week. But that's it.
You know what would have what would have made the main event was two things. Either Roman Reigns coming out after the New Day won, coming out and beating up the New Day to set up Roman versus Big E at Survivor Series, or have Hit Row come out, make a statement, and beat up the New Day and the Usos. Mm-hmm. WWE just likes to repeat things. We've seen the Usos versus the New Day. Don't get me wrong. They have great matches, but we've seen this. And we're going to be stuck. We're going to be stuck in this feud until they build up another team. Until they build up Hit Row. You know that. Mm-hmm. Hit Row versus the Usos would be good. Yeah, it would be good. And it should be good. And hopefully it is.
They should have went out there and beat up both people. If I can be completely honest, go out there, beat up New Day, beat up Hit Row. I'm sorry, beat up the Usos.
Exactly.
Another good thing that could have happened if Roman was there tonight. By the way, I don't know where Roman is.
Where the hell is Roman?
I have no idea. Another thing that would have been good is, another thing we kind of didn't talk about is that this was a totally useless, pointless segment. Is Adam Pearce announced that not only did he suspend Brock Lesnar, he's now going to fine him $1 million worth of Monopoly money. Who cares, right? What would have been good is if Roman went out there, right? Totally just trashed the New Day. Like literally, really make a statement and really brutalize them. And then Adam Pearce says, well, we can't have that. I got to be fair. If I do that to Brock, I got to do that to Roman. Because why he does this to Brock and he didn't do that to Roman in January when Roman was making Adam Pearce's life a living hell. And so it would have been cool if Roman was like, go ahead, suspend me, fine me. And Adam Pearce was like, okay, you're suspended and you're fine. And it would have been so cool if Roman Reigns said, Paul, pay the man. And Paul opens up this briefcase full of money.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been so cool. He just showers Adam Pearce with money. He's like, here's your freaking money. That would have been like, yeah, absolutely. That would have been so cool. But nope.
Exactly.
A horrible night. A lot of pointless stuff. There's no Roman. and I just want to say, I'm not saying Roman makes the show. Roman is great on SmackDown, but even if Roman was on the show tonight and didn't save it from the rest of the show, almost everything on tonight's show was seriously bad, seriously pointless. A lot of stuff makes no sense. 3 weeks until Survivor Series. We got to pick the teams. Otherwise, we're going to get a stupid SmackDown where they go like, instead of qualifying matches, I'm going to just pick who's on the teams because I had 3 weeks until Survivor Series and I chose to do nothing because I pay all of these creative writers and they do absolutely nothing except give us rematches and terrible storylines.
Exactly. So I have to say, like, in terms of the Halloween theme, I'd say WWE did a slight better, and that's saying a lot. A little bit better than AEW because we actually had the decorations. Do they add or take away to the match? Not really. They don't add anything, but at least you got the Halloween feel. I feel like with AEW Rampage, their trick or treat match, really, I didn't feel the Halloweenness going on, except for Jamie Hayter and Rebel dressed as zombies and the whole Abaddon thing going on. You get me? But so WWE did that a little bit better, but that's not saying a lot,
It's not. Can I just say, just because it's Halloween, they don't have to do these matches. Would you agree? It's like we don't care. It's not like we tune in every single week. It's like, gee, I hope they have some type of Halloween theme match tonight.
I know.
And it better be in the main event. This show sucked because there was no Halloween themed match. There was, but I just want you to know that if there wasn't a match, that's what I would be saying. That's how I would justify what's going on here.
Definitely. So let me see. I should have had this ready. Excuse me, apologize. So I have to say, what show was better, Rampage or SmackDown?
Well, Rampage gets my thumbs up. And SmackDown gets my thumbs down. Is it very ironic that thumbs down is red for Raw? Thank you. But thumbs down. The dreaded red. Guys, next time I'm on Datila's show, hope for the paddle because you're going to be seeing a lot of this on WWE. Yeah,
Steve Callahan saying don't care for Survivor Series, and Steve Callahan saying Rampage.
Yeah.
I have to obviously Rampage. I mean, look at Rampage. Rampage had 3 matches, 3 matches that were a lot better in terms of quality in wrestling. I mean, people even gave a standing ovation in the middle of the Bryan Danielson Eddie Kingston match. When have they ever given a standing ovation to any of WWE's matches?
Not lately.
Exactly.
Unless someone's retiring or something. Not lately.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. I don't know. I just feel like I really just don't get why WWE just doesn't try. Why they give us this? I mean, have you seen the matches for the UK tour? Where, I mean, they're getting freaking Walter versus Cesaro, which is a dream match of mine. How come we can't get that on TV?
It is what it is. You're talking about a guy, Walter, who was eliminated first in Survivor Series a couple of years ago within a couple of minutes.
Steve Callahan says, plus SmackDown again, FS1. It could be that because they were on FS1, they just gave a whatever show. But that doesn't mean that they could just treat, Steve Callahan says, because they were not on Fox. Okay, even though they were on FS1 and they probably are not going to get high ratings, they should have still put out all the stops.
They need to pick it up. From what I hear, Fox is not happy with the ratings. They paid, what is it, like $100 million or even $1 billion?
$5 billion. Is it $5 billion or $5 million?
No, I think it was $1 billion because $1 billion
alone. $1 billion for 5 years, so it was $5 billion
years.
For 5 years.
And they're not too happy. I've seen Fox cancel shows for less ratings. All right, good shows. So they really need to pick it up. I mean, I agree with Steve Callahan in the chat. By the way, Steve, thanks for always coming through. But I don't care for Survivor Series. I'm very, very surprised. You and I actually talked about this a couple of weeks ago off camera. I'm very surprised that NXT isn't involved again this year because they just did the rebrand with 2.0. So why is NXT not involved this year? You know, that was the last time I was honestly interested in Survivor Series is when NXT got involved. And now they did this rebrand with NXT 2.0, and they're moving in a whole different direction with NXT. Why not promote that? They lost the Wednesday Night Wars, so they need to, prove why NXT, is a show to watch again. So,
but they're not going to give us that, And I'm old enough to remember when a Survivor Series was more than brand warfare, more than brand warfare. And I've said this multiple times on my stream and on Swerve Show stream, on every stream that I've been on, we've talked about Survivor Series. One of my favorite traditional 5-on-5 matches has been Team DX versus Team Rated RKO and Team Bischoff versus Team Austin. Whatever happened to those? Whatever happened to those types of matches when Survivor Series wasn't all about brand warfare? When it wasn't Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Absolutely. What happened to that Survivor Series?
Well, that stuff kind of had stakes. I mean, you talk about Team Austin versus Team Bischoff, right? It's if Austin lost, he lost his job, right? K-Fab lost his, which he did, right? And then I think afterwards, I think Bischoff gave everyone I think they call it a wish. People used it for different things. I think one person used it for a championship match. I think Lita got fired, and then Christian's storyline used his wish to get Lita rehired.
Oh yeah, and then even Team Orton versus Team Triple H had stakes. They all, I think it was Bischoff was taking a vacation, and the winning team got to take control of Raw. Like each member, control Raw for a week.
That's good too. Do something like that. It's like what, and the thing is, so the authority figures Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, they run both shows. So what is at stake here? Nothing. You know what I mean? It's
exactly. If they were feuding, you had that tension they had earlier in the year. That would have been perfect for Survivor Series. A Team Sonya versus Team Adam Pearce. Whatever team wins, the authority figure takes control of both shows.
You mean the feud that Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce had a couple of months ago, and they totally dropped with no explanation whatsoever?
Yeah, that would have been wouldn't have been an amazing Survivor Series match, but it would have had stakes to it. We would have gotten out of the Raw versus SmackDown.
They need to bring GMs back, and I know a lot of people crap on it because they didn't like Contender.
As long as not the anonymous GM.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or the celebrity GM.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that the anonymous GM was revealed to be Hornswoggle.
And then they were going something different with that, but for whatever reason.
But from what I heard, Vince said he wanted to change it and have Hornswoggle because he thinks he's funny. What the funny thing about that is they revealed it to be Hornswoggle. And then there was a time where they kept rotating out.
Steve Callahan said, yes, we need a GM.
We need a GM. Here's something. Okay, so here's something interesting. We didn't talk about this, but off the top of your head, if you could name new GMs right now for both shows, and you can actually say Sonya and okay, so to make it less hard, let's just name one person. Okay, Sonya Deville, she's going to take over SmackDown, and Adam Pearce, he's going to take over Raw. But they need a co-general manager. If you could pick someone, who would you pick for both shows?
A co-general manager?
Oh, yeah, for both shows. So one person's going to be with Sonya on SmackDown, and the other person's going to be with Adam Pearce on Raw. Who would you have?
Ooh, I never thought about this. On top of my head, let me see. I'm trying to think. I would say, just because of what's going on, I would just pick Shayna Baszler. Kind of be her enforcer.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Be her enforcer. What about you? Who would you pick?
I'm shoot, because this person works for AEW now. They're not going to do it. I'm thinking Samoa Joe on Raw with Adam Pearce, because he was technically co-general manager with William Regal for a couple of months on NXT. I know you stopped watching, but Samoa Joe came back and he did that for a couple of months. And on SmackDown, I don't know. I need the woman because it makes sense with Sonya Deville. I don't know. I'm gonna say Stephanie McMahon. I'm gonna regret it.
Oh God, no!
I want some type of woman dynamic. Is there anyone on SmackDown who's female who's currently doing nothing? Maybe they could use it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Anywho, we've swerved off so much, and I guess we should get ready to wrap up. Overall, like I said, I liked Rampage a lot better than I did SmackDown. Was this the worst SmackDown in history? Well, we've had worse shows. I don't think it was the worst episode in SmackDown history, but it's quite close, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. This isn't the worst SmackDown I've seen. It is the worst SmackDown since people said SmackDown was getting better, So they said SmackDown was slowly getting better. This is one of the worst SmackDowns in the new era, if you would say that. I guess, okay, so SmackDown tonight, I didn't hate it because, in a level of this is the worst SmackDown ever because what were they thinking? It was more of, I was a little bit more confused. Does that make sense? I was really confused why a lot of stuff was happening. Why was Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo interfering in a match that has no build, no connection at all? I mean, it's I don't know. There was no Survivor Series build. What was that? The Xavier Woods challenged them to a match, which they ended up not doing. What was that match called again?
Trial by Combat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Xavier was trying to throw ideas out there, and they didn't end up doing it. So I was more confused more than anything about SmackDown. Not I hated it because it was so bad. They said they had ideas which was not executed very lightly. By the way, real fast, and I know the show went long, so I apologize. I want to go ahead, and I feel like the apology is owed. I want to give an apology, and she won't hear it. Well, I'm sure she watches the show. I want to apologize to Becky Lynch because last week, if you remember, I really laid into her. I said that she was acting like a child. She really was horrible in that segment. And then what happens, Datila? We get off the air, and we find out that backstage news that Charlotte totally went into work for herself and totally sandbagged that entire segment herself. I had no idea, and whoops. And I want to apologize to Becky Lynch because I'm pretty sure comments filled up with a whole bunch of people saying, oh, well, Charlotte screwed up that entire segment, right? So, yeah. So there's that.
I have to say, actually, one thing that I did like about SmackDown that actually caught my eye was the fact that if you pay close attention to the opening credits, the credits that they have for the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods just as the Power Rangers.
Oh, okay, cool. So
pay attention next time to the opening credits.
Okay.
For SmackDown, you're gonna see it.
The SmackDown or the WWE signature opening credits?
Oh, the WWE opening. I think it.
The WWE Together logo.
No, I think it's the SmackDown one.
Oh, okay.
Well, pay attention next time and you'll see.
I will pay attention.
See what I'm talking about.
Another fun fact in the WWE signature logo, the one where they say WWE together. If you guys notice, they took Ric Flair's "woo" out of that intro.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Dark Side of the Ring episode, and they also took his.
Steve Callahan said, "Of course, yeah."
Yeah, and they stopped airing his car insurance commercial with LA Knight. Which is probably good for LA Knight. He's like, oh, I did that commercial before NXT. Why do they keep playing it? So yeah. So there you go. A bad episode of SmackDown. Let's see what happens.
I have to say though, like I said at the beginning, I have to say I'm disappointed all across the board that we did not get one single wrestler dressed as a Power Ranger, even though they've dressed as Power Rangers on a video that I'm working on, that I've been working on for the last couple of months. That no wrestler dressed as a Power Ranger. I have to say I am quite disappointed by that fact. Extremely disappointed. Steve Callahan saying peace out, Steve Callahan. So as you wrap up, do you have anything you want to plug or promote?
Yeah, you guys can check out my YouTube channel at McIntyre TV. I'm trying to upload some new content soon. And if you guys watched last week, you know why it's taking me so long, because I got copyright claim on a lot of my videos, and I'm trying to fix them and get them out as soon as possible. So, yeah.
Well, Steve Callahan saying, why do they have to be a Power Ranger? I don't know. It's just a mark in me. As for yours truly, like I said, I do like wrestling and I do like Power Rangers. If you can see that little box in the back, I did get the new pink Power Morphin, the Lightning Collection one. I will be doing an unboxing of that. So make sure you keep your eye out for that video. On Halloween, I might go live and talk on my Legacy of Power podcast and talk about Halloween episodes in Power Rangers. Are they useless? Are they not useless? I guess you have to wait and tune in. Or if I don't go live, I'll definitely will record and upload it. Also, too, if you like wrestling, if you enjoyed this review, I do cover wrestling 4 days of the week, or 5 if there's ever a pay-per-view on. And thank you guys all so much for watching. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a video. Good night, all of you guys, and may the power protect each and every one of you.
Team SmackDown. Bye.